So I was scrolling minding my business the other day and I came across this post, which is why y'all saw the poll on my IG story. So essentially the girl's friend contracted a flesh-eating bacteria while in the Bahamas, and then ultimately that resulted in her losing a limb. But the comment says, noted, wax before the island trip. The response to the comment says, not even that, mamas. You got to do it days prior, so that your pores are not open. And then I posted a poll. 55% y'all said yes to this question. Oh my God. I know I've been away from posting for quite some time, literally over a year, because my program was 12 months to be exact, and I am still exhausted. However, y'all, I got to get back to posting and educating, because I know not. Pores don't open and close. This is what, hold on. Oh my God, this is what I envision when y'all say pores open and close, because y'all, they do not. I really feel like my mind, hold on, let me back up. My imagination is so vivid. This is literally what I envision when y'all say pores open and close. What you doing to me? What you doing to my pore? What you doing to my skin? Y'all. I hate myself. But no, legitimately, y'all. No, I'm crying at myself because I'm cuckoo, but let me take the back. I'm not cuckoo. You just have to know me to know, my personality is just, y'all, pores do not open and close. This is a conversation for another day. I will definitely make a video on it, but, you can feel some things, when it comes to, say, in relation to sensory. When you think about vasodilation and vasoconstriction, cold and hot, right? You may feel as though, oh, my pores are open due to what you are feeling, but this is a misconception. No, they don't. Even the topic of pore size, if you can visibly see your pores, you need to attribute that to genetics or damage, how you do or don't take care of your skin, the lack of exfoliation. If you are truly an oily skin type, you have sebum built up, all of these things. You have clogged pores. They make them more visible, for how you can see acne in a sense, right? You can visibly see the imperfections or the impurities on your skin. Therefore, you think they open and close, which they do not. However, that's getting off topic here. So, but for the sake of this, it's still a good lesson to know what you should and should not do when you go get waxed, or you're prepping for vacation, when you know you're going to be inserting yourself into a big body of water that always has bacteria. Just assume that it does, right? We're just going to assume, standard precautions in the world. Let's just assume this is the case, okay? So for the sake of the post, when you go to your esthetician, which I am, by the way, however, I do not offer body waxing for multiple reasons. However, I am a consumer and I go get waxed, so you have to know the risks associated with this service. You run the risk, just like shaving, you run the risk of tearing the skin. This is the problem. Not that your pores open and close, is that your skin is no longer intact, which allows your body to be susceptible to contracting this type of bacteria in these bodies of water. So when you consider microbiology and physiology at its basic level, you have to know about the chain of infection, or the port of entry. So your eyes, your nose, your mouth. This is how we get sick, right? This is how we contract these viruses from one another. The common cold, everything else that we get, droplets from contact, etc. However, when you break the skin, that creates another port of entry, which allows this bacteria to enter as a host. And you know bacteria loves a good host because bacteria can't survive without a host. They have to attach to something to live, all right? And they gonna live in and on you if you don't take care of yourself. Like, be cognizant. Don't go on these vacations thinking you about to have a good time, knowing that you have cut yourself. Especially if you can physically feel the cut and you don't see it. Like, I do not play with this. I'm a germaphobe. I don't know why I do the things that I do, knowing that I'm the biggest germaphobe in the world. You're not gonna catch me in no body of water, knowing that this is the risk. Especially down here in Southeast Texas. I live on the border of Southeast Texas, originally from Beaumont. However, like in the area, Southeast Texas, south of Houston, we have Galveston, where we have a beach, right? Let me not quote. This is not a quote. We definitely have a beach, right? However, it's just not the best idea to get into these bodies of water. Well, specifically in Galveston, we always run like high levels of Vibrio, which is the bacteria that causes the eating of your flesh. Like, we had a case back in 2017. This man was freshly tattooed in 2017. 5 days after his tattoo, he goes into that water. He contracts Vibrio and ends up dying. Because why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? I just don't understand. So yeah, so for the sake of this post, you need to know that if you go get a wax, your clinician, esthetician, right, whomever is performing the service, they should educate you that you should get this done at least, at minimum, 72 hours in advance. Like, because they will break your skin. Like, it happens. Even if it's very small, your skin will end up breaking. It's just user error. I feel like especially if you're a speed waxer, yes, your quality may be intact, but come on now. As an esthetician, you know, and as a consumer, I know for a fact, you can be the best of the best, and some skin will still tear. Like, it's just the nature of the service. So in order to heal, at least give yourself 3 days in advance. I would do at least 5, closer to 5 to 7, but at least 3 days in advance, so that in case you do have a tear, you give it a chance to close up. You don't want to run the risk of contracting like this type of bacteria. So I really hope this was helpful. Definitely want to make a video on pore size, because they do not open and close. In the treatment, especially for Black people, what's helpful and what is hurtful, it's not that we can't use certain ingredients, is that it's how we use it. But anyways, that's a story for another day. I'm forever going on a tangent, but y'all, I hope we learned something from this. Pores do not open and close, but take care of that skin. Keep that skin intact before you go jump in somebody's water.